All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some big news and a lot to unpack. Once again, we see an interesting trade. The New York Jets snagged Mike Williams for a fifth-round pick, and my own Green Bay Packers sent Preston Smith, a solid 32-year-old player, to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Speaking of the Steelers, they're now sitting pretty at 6-2 and lead the AFC North alone. If you're a Steelers fan, you probably remember how crazy it seemed to predict this back in the summer. People thought it was absurd to think Pittsburgh would do this well, but here they are, proving everyone wrong. Their defense has climbed to the top 8 in both pass and run defense, and with stars like Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, and George Pickens, plus the return of Zach Frazier, this team just keeps getting healthier and stronger each week. They've faced early injuries, but they're well coached and have a talented roster. If you've doubted the Steelers, it might be time to rethink that. In today's video, we're diving deeper into the Mike Williams and Preston Smith trades. NFL trades don't often bring in top-tier players who truly impact the game, so you might wonder, what do Williams and Smith actually add to their new teams? Both players have their critics, but in my opinion, they can make a difference in the game of inches that is football. Even small contributions can be game changers. Before we go any further, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're into daily NFL content. Shout out to all the Steelers fans out there. It's a great time to support this team. And hey, if we could hit 250 likes on this video, that would mean a lot. So let's talk about Preston Smith. Good news. Nick Herbig is expected to be ready for the next game against the 7-2 Washington Commanders. But as a Green Bay fan, I have to say, it's tough seeing Preston go. He's been a strong presence on our defense. Standing at 6'5" and 265 pounds, Smith brings a solid physicality to the field, even at 32. He's still reliable, especially in stopping the run. Now, I know the stats aren't mind-blowing, only 2.5 sacks this year, and he ranks 143rd in pressure rate among players with 100-plus pass rush snaps. It's true, he might have been a cut candidate this offseason, but those numbers don't tell the whole story. Preston is an excellent run defender, and from 2021 to 2023, he consistently hit at least 40 pressures each season. His stats might not scream star player, but he's the kind of guy who gets things done. Watching him on film, you can see his impact, especially when the Packers' defense struggles to get to the quarterback. Even though he's played more off the bench this season and our scheme change didn't suit him well, he still managed to rack up 28 sacks and 158 pressures from 2021 onward. Smith's value isn't just in sack counts, it's in his consistent presence and ability to disrupt plays. So it's a bittersweet goodbye as the Packers traded him to the Steelers, where he'll bring a lot to a team that values his skill set. I love this kind of move for the Steelers. Even if Preston Smith is coming off the bench, he's the type of player who could make a huge impact in big games, whether it's a playoff match or a crucial divisional game against the Ravens or Bengals. This is a guy who can pull out 2 sacks or make 4 tackles for loss when it matters most. He's still got plenty of skill to bring to the field. Now let's talk about Mike Williams. Sure, he's not DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams, or Brandon Ayuk. I get it, he's just Mike Williams. In his time with the Jets, he had only 12 catches for 166 yards and no touchdowns. And yes, there's a story there. If you remember, Aaron Rodgers actually called him out for running the wrong route in a game against the Buffalo Bills. Since then, he's only had 2 catches on 7 targets for 21 yards. That moment on national TV was rough, but here's the thing. Mike Williams has a lot of talent. As reported by Mike DeFabo on The Athletic, Williams stands at 6'4" and 218 pounds. He's the kind of receiver who can stretch defenses and win those tough, contested catches. Since 2018, he ranks high in contested catches, 3rd in receiving grade, second in total receptions with 91, and just 5 yards shy of 1,500 contested receiving yards. He's also caught over 54% of contested targets, which is impressive. So while he's not a 200-yard receiver like Davante Adams, that's not really what the Steelers need. They already have George Pickens to be the main playmaker, and Williams complements him perfectly. He's not just a 50-50ths guy, he's more like 70-30ths or even 80-20ths in favor of making the catch, and he's exactly what Russell Wilson and the Steelers' offense need right now. The Steelers are 6-2 and leading their division, but they've got a challenging second half of the season ahead. Preston Smith and Mike Williams might not be the flashiest names, but they bring exactly what this team needs to keep winning. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for daily NFL content. Steelers fans, let me know in the comments, what grade would you give the team after the trade deadline? Peace.